Talk about periods. It's a topic that might not come up often, but high school students I talk to say we need to start more of these conversations to address a serious issue: access to pads, tampons, and other products that help girls and women get through their period. I learned a group of local women are stepping up to fill a vital need, making sure girls have the necessary products to stay healthy and stay in class.
It's never a girl's fault that she has her period. It happens to everybody, and we sometimes don't know when it's going to happen.
Destiny Murley is a 17-year-old junior at Southport High School. She and her friend Reagan Dilk want more of their peers to feel comfortable talking about their periods, since it's a fact of life for young women.
Just like everything else that happens to our bodies, it's natural, we can't help it, and it should be something that we can talk about.
And getting comfortable with period talk is just the first step in tackling a bigger issue, making sure all young women have access to the hygiene products they need.
Not knowing if I have the products or not is even more stressful.
Thankfully, at Southport High, the school nurse's office is there to help.
For a lot of girls, this may be the only avenue that they have to get products.
The Southport High nurses tell me there are a number of reasons a student might need to rely on them for feminine hygiene products. Money is one obstacle, so is transportation. Sometimes their guardians are not aware of what they need. And other times, students forget to keep pads or tampons with them just in case. The nurses say, just like any other school supplies, having those items on hand is essential to learning.
The more we eliminate the obstacles, the more class time that we can optimize. So if she doesn't have the proper supplies, maybe it causes her to bleed through later in the day, and then what could have been a 5-minute visit to the clinic then turns into a 45-minute visit.
Classroom time aside, students could also be putting their health in danger without the right products.
I've had students come in and report to me that they've had the same tampon in since 9 o'clock last night, and it's 1 in the afternoon.
Just this school year, Perry Township schools have provided students with more than 1,200 feminine products. Stretching the budget to cover feminine hygiene products can be a challenge.
We had to scrounge around for it.
That's where the group Project Period steps in to help.
It's just our little 5-woman team.
Since 2017, Jenna Eichman and her team have been distributing pads, tampons, wipes, and even carrying bags to schools in downtown Indy, Franklin and Perry Townships, and Decatur Central. They also make deliveries to homeless and youth shelters.
It's a bigger problem than anyone could ever imagine. We were learning that girls were missing school, and these girls already have enough things to worry about.
They saw a need in their community and want to make sure girls and young women in central Indiana are not getting priced out of products they need to live and learn.
It's not always provided by other community programs like WIC and food stamps, so we thought that we should be the ones donating it so they don't have to worry about it.
So let's break down the numbers. The cost for a box of tampons on average is about $7. For a box of pads, that can be about $4. So throughout the year for period cycles, that's going to be about $40 to $70 for one person. For a lot of Hoosier families, that's a price they can't afford. And that does not even include over-the-counter medication for cramps and for extra underwear. Right now, the shelves of Project Period storage units are well stocked, thanks to a partnership with Alliance Period Supplies and You by Kotex. But this is a rare sight.
Normally, it's just one shelf, but we actually had to get a bigger storage unit, and we're super excited to be partnered with them. It's really helpful.
And that is why they are asking the community to step up and help them help our Indianapolis students.
It's important. It's a necessity. We think about food, we think about clothes, we think about shelter, but this is a necessity for these women and girls. I think a lot of people don't think of it as a necessity, but it really is.
Because of Project Period's deliveries to 30 area schools, students say they don't have to worry about that time of the month, and instead, they are focusing on learning.
I know tampons and pads are very expensive, and I know some people can't afford it, and sometimes I can't afford it. So knowing that I can go down there and get free products is really nice.
And Project Period also makes deliveries to homeless and youth shelters. If you would like to help the organization reach more Indianapolis girls, you can donate products, check out their Amazon wish list, host a product drive, or purchase their t-shirts. We have all that information on our website, theindychannel.com. And Indiana is one of 33 states where women pay a little more for tampons and pads. Feminine hygiene products are considered non-essential here, so sales tax applies. Since 2017, the number of states that have this exemption has risen from 5 to 12, including our neighbors, Illinois and Ohio. According to the law and policy organization Period Equity, the state of Indiana makes almost $5 million annually in tampon tax revenue. State Representative Carrie Hamilton introduced a bill in 2017 to try and eliminate the so-called pink tax, which includes anything that a woman needs to stay healthy during her menstrual cycle.
So here's some perspective. In Indiana, we have one of the highest pay gaps for women in the country. We also have one of the highest maternal mortality rates for women in the country. So this is something that we can do that is a small but important step to show that we care about women and mothers. So today, if you have a prescription for Propecia or Viagra, you do not pay taxes, but yet women are still paying taxes for the most basic of healthcare items.
And during the 2020 session, Representative Hamilton says she will once again try to create a tax exemption for period products. Even though she says things have changed across the country, she tells me she is not confident that exemption will get enough support from Indiana lawmakers.